Welcome back to some professional Starcraft to two of the best Korean players. I was about to say in the entire world, but I feel like I narrowed it down enough. But first, in the top right, the big boy, the sugar bear, the man who has an emote on Twitch, which is literally just the Korean translation of fuck, and also a pretty decent Protoss player. It's Dragon Phoenix Gaming's Party. And in the bottom left, not having as much success. No. Oh my god. It was supposed to be a faded. That is not a faded. Anyways. It's Smirkovation. Kaizai Gaming. Innovation struggling specifically against parting recently. It seems only TY really has his number. He has been innovating, which I gotta say probably to his detriment, at least so far. We'll see, though. This is not GSL. This is an online cup, of which I'm not 100% sure which one, but I saw parting and I saw innovation. I didn't need to see anything else. Besides, what build parting goes for this game and why is it BLINKS Stalkers? The probe, bullied away. Innovation going for the WinterStarcraft expand. Nothing to really comment on what we've seen. No, it's Twilight. Like 95. Okay. 85% Twilight. But why doesn't he have Warp Gate? That indicates like he might go Stargate. Where is his gas going? Am I missing something? I don't think I am. It appears he really wanted to sell it. He got his gases at the right time, but he was mostly focused on the minerals. He got the expand out. Still no Warp Gate. He starts Warp Gate. What is it going to be, party? Make a decision. I think he started it because the Reaper came in. But unfortunately, when the Reaper comes in, and you don't have any units here, the Reaper kills your probes. I know, it sounds like a crazy... And now we go Stargate. It feels like Parting really wanted to go for Stargate quicker. But he's trying to sell to innovation that he's on the up and up. He's going for a standard Blink build. He's not. That much is incredibly clear. Innovation is not buying what Parting is selling, and I don't think anyone should without getting it first verified by an independent party. Who knows where it's been, what it's done. Yeah, you too, Assimilator. Next time, you handle it. So, Innovation has not... He's seen all parts of the base, but not all at the same time. He's suspicious. Okay, and now he saw the Stargate, so that really clarifies things here. For all the work Parting put into trying to be sneaky about this, Innovation just kind of scouts it when the Oracle is just starting with his first Hellion. Oh, what? Parting just gets in the... Is there a Widowmine somewhere? There's a Widowmine in the mineral line. Parting. Oh, does he just... Oh no. Well, unfortunately, there's a Hellion in the main and a Widowmine in the mineral line, which softens up a couple SCVs, but the Hellion's still alive. It just drove out. The drive-by Innovation. 4 SCVs go down, mostly to the... Did he actually get the Widowmine, or the Widowmine was picked up into the medevac, which means the Oracle came in and melted those already softened up SCVs. Oh, what? You... Party! He's right there! Okay, so this isn't supposed to happen. Just kind of drives right in the Widowmine. The Hellion finally, citizens arrest, oh no. One Widowmine finds a connection, the other one picked up a whole smattering of spells used. Overall, Parting has taken... This is a bit of a mess. It is a bit of a mess. It's not a total mess, but it's getting there. Everything gonna get cleaned up, swept away. A few worker kills on either side. Innovation within a couple, which having any amount of mules is now going to give him an income advantage. And Parting doesn't have a third Nexus yet. He doesn't really have anything yet. He has the robo, and he has 2 gates, and of course the one very precarious Stargate. But only now is he going for the real next level of tech, the robo bay. So, the Phoenixes are trying, but Phoenixes are not going to be a reliable unit in a world where his Stargate is on the other side of the map. Innovation going for 3rd command center. Parting, this is a classic Parting move. It looks like he's going to go for a 2-base all-in. He does not have, I guess he's mining from a 3rd right now, you can see it on the minimap, but not really going for the 3rd Nexus very quickly, instead focusing on his tech. A lot of players will be like, I just shut down that tech play out of Innovation, I can take my Nexus and then fill in the gaps. Parting likes to fill in his tech first and worry about his economy later, because if he's dead, he doesn't have an economy. Important fact. Or if he has an opportunity to kill Innovation, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, the 3rd base is significantly delayed compared to Inno. Well, the Cyclones tries to buffer there. It's something. There's 4 Cyclones. 4 Phoenixes, only a couple clones. Colossus is on the way, but the one thing Parting didn't see... Oh, Castor Park, a discerning man on the announcer there. Obviously, Innovation uses my announcer. Only... Something... I'm not going to check. I know for sure. Alright. No need to check. It really feels like right now Innovation has kind of sprinted ahead of Parting in terms of the mid-game. Like, he's got 1-1 on the way. Parting does not have a Forge. Or if he does have a Forge... Nope, no Forge. He's got already Cyclones and a Raven to compete against just Colossi coming out. He's got his bio upgrades coming together, whereas the Twilight Council of Parting just finished up. So, where does this leave us? Parting is going to have to lean on a single tech path. He's going to have to lean on the Colossi. And, you know, if you lean on him too much, well, you know why the Colossus fell over. Because it wasn't balanced. But back in Wings of Liberty, that was true. Nowadays, Colossi on their own, not nearly enough to... Oh, no. Didn't even get the Viking there at the end. Couple hallucinated Phoenixes coming out. Parting, like... There's a couple ways this could go. The supplies are about even, but that doesn't really tell the story here. It really is just Innovation having a timing. Oh, he could botch it. If he attacks in from the wrong angle, then the Colossi will melt most of his bio, and anything else is going to really struggle. But Charge is not done. That's 4 tanks. He's got plenty of medevacs. There isn't even a 4th yet. A scan spots the exact location of the army. Eliminating the, well, cutting down the options and seeing that there isn't a 4th base. Innovation doesn't need to fight here, but he definitely can. Oh my god! The first volley from the tanks. Devastating. The Oracle tries to come in. Oracle goes out. You can't explain that. And already, the Phoenixes were on the other side of things. Inno's getting his 4th. He lost next to nothing there. He softened up, badly bruised a single Colossus and hurt a whole lot more. He's got 2-2 on the way. Parting is not even done with +1 yet. Parting is, as he always is, playing with a glass cannon sort of build. And he's put himself, well, he's kind of found himself, more than put himself. I'll give him that. In a situation where he's going to have to rely on Blink Stalkers and Disruptor hits, which against a competent Terran is less than reliable, but that's where we are now. Innovation not slowing down at all. He's got 5 racks. He's adding 2 more factories. Is he going mass tank? Maybe throwing some Widow Mines in the mix? I mean, whatever. whatever he's feeling like. Widowmine's not bad against the charge lots at all. Scanning for observers. Parting spots it with a pylon. Is there any way? Parting's actually supply blocked there. Is there any way? The disruptors, like, the problem with disruptors, they're best when you're on offense. Because if your opponent tries to chase you back, you just whip out a few purification novas and you make it very difficult. But if you're backed up against your own Nexus, you don't have many cooldowns to play with. The tank siege and unsiege whips out a disruptor shot. Surprisingly good connection. But this is a limited time only proposition. Oh no, where is Parting going? He sees the army is still there. Where are the Ruptor shots? He needs to fire them now. Fourth base, Zealot counterattack. But here's the fight. There's so many tanks, a ridiculous concave. Target fire, shift click down, all the Ruptors. And Innovation just obliterates everything in front with plenty left behind. Now, the Zealots did a great job. The Zealots did more work than everything on the other side of the map. Here come the Phoenixes. A little bit of bio. Disruptor only hits a Zealot. Still plenty of tanks intact, and GG, Parting taps it out. There just wasn't enough, and that was my concern, and I'm sure what Innovation realized was at some point, like, Parting hasn't gone for enough economy to afford the tech to deal with that. Now, if you're up against someone who's going for the Quick Templar, or any sort of multiple forms of splash damage, usually as a Terran, you need to get more, well, usually starport units. But if they're stuck on a, like, just Colossi, or maybe a couple Colossi and a couple Disruptors, you can just build a few tanks and focus the rest on building up bio. And it's quicker. It's quicker to do that. But if you go for that mass bio play against someone who has a more fleshed out army composition, then that's how you get BattleNet forum complaints about, oh my god, I went into one storm and I lost 84 supply. It's like, wow, congratulations on actually building 84 supply, but I don't think that was the crux of the issue. Everdream. In game 2. That was pretty one-sided. At no point did it really look like Parting had much opportunity there. Jamie, can we see the game? Would that be alright? Okay, thank you. Ah! Yes, that's Innovation's command. Oh no. Yeah. This looks pretty cool. I did mess up the camera, but... Oh, wait. Oh!
SCV ready.
Alright, Parting. Parting is like the phases of the moon. Sometimes he's a werewolf, and sometimes he falls into a world of darkness, and sometimes he's full of light. Sometimes all three. But it does feel like Parting sometimes gets into his own head. Like, he's so unique. That's one way to put it. He has his own take on things, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it goes too far and it rolls into being less than ideal. Like that last game, it felt like Parting was like, I'm just gonna go for a good unit composition instead of economy, instead of upgrades, which does kind of get rolled by someone who just focuses on building more stuff than you. As Innovation so kindly demonstrated, by the way. SCV? What do you... Yeah, SCVs have been very, cheeky recently. Especially TY. TY has pioneered this. And by pioneered, I mean, like, he's been slapping engineering bays down on people's naturals. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Like, by cheeky, I mean blocking with NG bays like a dick. Is it worth it? It's one of those things as well, like, it doesn't seem like it's worth it, but it can sometimes tilt someone into doing something dumb. I think Innovation wasn't going for that, but he was going to try to get a bunker behind the mineral line with a Reaper. Oh, I like this. Building a command center out of the vision range up the ramp. So a probe comes up, sees a barracks with no add-on. That might change now. But it will not see the command... Well, it shouldn't see the command center at the back. I'm not 100% pretty sure. Otherwise, it would kind of defeat the purpose. I feel like Terrans do need to do that a little more. Like, a whole meta revolves around, in every matchup, TVZ, TVP, PVZ, is around those first few units, whether they be Zerglings, Reaper, Adept. And in TVP, a lot of the time, you have that first Adept. Like, the meta has evolved to the point where people are building shield batteries right off the bat, right after their Cybercore finishes, and then sending out the first Adept, because if you chrono boost the first Adept and send it straight across, you can usually delay their command center. And if they went for a reactor after either one Marine or none Marines, they won't have enough Marines to stop you from delaying their command center, so the Reaper can go across the map, and then you have the battery in the main, which stops the Reaper until you're able to get a Stalker, because otherwise you would have to keep the Adept at home in order to keep defend against the Reaper. But since you don't need to do that anymore, you can focus on the other side. But when, now Terrans, if they just, oh my god, he was just trying to draw that out. So what I'm trying to say is this game's pretty simple, and just do what makes you feel good. So Parting's going Stargate again. I've heard this rationale from Protoss. Like, when you have a build that works, you shouldn't use it too much. Because then people will figure it out. This was the justification people gave me for why so many players haven't been going for the Glaive Adepts, like Trap versus Cyril. But, like, Parting, most of his GSL run last season was off the back of BLINKS Stalkers. And now he's just going Phoenix! Okay. Are we reinventing the flying wheel every time? I don't know, but we will see. Does it work out? He saw that, right? Parting. Well, it flew right over the Nexus. There's no way. Oh, well, this shouldn't be happening. That should not have been able to burrow. None of these should be able to burrow. Oh no. Okay.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
It looks like it's been handled. Never mind. So that went fine. I don't know if he was intentionally not reacting to bait innovation in, because the medevac flew right over, so he should have seen it. But there is a legitimate get into the mind game meta of, how did the medevac live? Parting is hunting it, but innovation went off into the sunset or something. I think Parting's looking for it. I don't know how the medevac got out, neither does Parting. And I'm not sure innovation's convinced either. I like the hallucinated Phoenix leading the charge, maybe eating a Widow Mine. There are no Widow Mines to eat, even if they were hungry. Alright, this time Parting has gone for a quick third Nexus. Innovation does not have that. Instead he has 4 barracks. Does he not have a 5th Rex? I mean, this is just full-on 2-base production. Will Parting be able to get his gateway production up in time? It's right at that 50 probe mark. The usual gateway explosion going to be going to that 6. Can I get 7? He's microing Phoenixes. Nobody cares about that. This is where the action is. Not 7, but 8. Can I get 9? No. Maybe eventually. Not right now, though. Oh, he really wants those Widow Mines. Picking off any Widow Mines will really help him out. At this point, Parting knows it's gonna be essentially a 2-base push. Hey, he knows it's going to be a bunch of bio with a lot of mines. So the Phoenixes are a bit of an X factor here. And I'm not talking about the hotkey standardly used to produce them, but instead the Widow Mines against the Phoenixes. Now, they could just straight up kill the Phoenixes, or the Phoenixes could get hit by the mines while flying over the bio in a suicidal splash damage run, or they can just, of course, pick up the mines. So how and when Parting decides to truly commit his Phoenixes is going to be most of this push. And Parting has had a lot of time. He's cutting off reinforcements, using them like Mutas. In fact, they're arguably better than Mutas. So this is the army. It's all together. That's a lot of bio. A single Archon. It's starting to feel like Parting has the numbers, and he has what he needs to deal with this. And I think Innovation's starting to realize that as well. Hallucinate probes! Parting, hallucinate probes! Please, please, somebody! Hallucinate probes and trigger the mines! Please! I really want him to hallucinate probes, you might have heard. Doing a great job with the Phoenixes, though. Because when you hallucinate probes, it hallucinates 4. That's the real pro-gamer move. I think he doesn't mind using the mines against the bio army. He's just... Oh no, Parting losing a little control over the situation. Well, I guess that's one... Oh no, oh god. Oh, it's kind of falling apart a little. The splash damage. He does clean up the mines, thankfully. He lost a few Phoenix. He's lost 4 Phoenixes now, but he still has enough to be a real threat to the medevacs. Phoenix Charge Lot is a bit of an old school, but is it nude school? I don't know. I haven't subscribed to Parting's OnlyFans yet. Thankfully. The force, like, I don't know if the force fields are helping. They're kind of zoning out the army, but to what end? That medevac came out of nowhere. Innovation has kind of flipped the supply gap here, unfortunately. There's only a single medevac left, which is the one saving grace for Parting. The upgrades are 1-1 against +1 armor, with +2 armor halfway there. No, god damn! Those Phoenixes are struggling to get anything done now. Parting's just, at some point, ooh, pretty nice connections. The Widow Mines, Innovation actually tried to pick up. Widow Mines are recharging. There's still no armory done, which means they aren't cloaked. And remember, Inno's on 2-bit. There it is. Here it is. The suicide run from the Phoenixes. They all die, but so do most of the mines. Was that worth? Innovation starting to dry up on income. Parting's income, obviously, a significant advantage from having these bases and more workers. +2 armor's about to finish, and that's... Does he pull the boys? Innovation, does he pull the boys or does he lift the CC? That's really where this is going to end up, I think. The boys, but he's kind of like trickling them across. Beautiful force fields, but he picks up and gets out. Like, the force fields are good, but most of the army is charge lots. So Parting has to run around his own force fields. He does at least this time maintain the Archons. Some of the boys, like Innovation's just pulling 3 or 4 at a time. It's like, you 4 with me. Comes back. You 4. Uh-oh. Well, that force field, I mean, everything pushed up against it. He did save a little bit of this. Oh, that's an awkward force field there. Does he have the... Still no armory, which means no observer required. More SCVs dying. Parting is whittling it down. But look at the army supply. Look at the army value. Innovation way ahead. He still has the Archons here. Does Parting. Does he hold... He's getting whittled down. There's just so much bio. The medevacs are out of energy. This base is not critical to winning the game. Though, obviously, you don't want to lose it. Okay, killed that Widow Mine. This is... It's losing momentum, but not enough. 2 observers, but there's a... Why disruptors? Where's the Colossus? Okay, well, he killed 2 Marines, so that definitely justified the Robo Bay there. If ever there was a time for Colossus, not now, says Parting. Those force fields, once again, I think, helped Innovation. This is getting a little tough, as Inno's just letting Parting slice up the map to his advantage. He's using the force fields to zone out the Zealots. Widow Mines are finding the connections. Innovation may run out of steam here. Parting has an upgrade advantage. There are disruptors. He's gonna run out of money at some point. You can't just keep, like, making magical minerals out of the mules, or maybe. He could kill the Cyber Core. Parting panics and builds more Stalkers because he doesn't think he'll have them soon enough. The medevacs are so out of energy. I think Parting may have held just barely long enough. The medevacs are all dead. Oh, and the Innovation snipes the Disruptor. Another one shows up. Another Archon down. There's still more Widow Mines. Another Ruptor. He's got a split! Well, so somehow, despite having every opportunity to just lock it down, Parting brings the game to a scenario where a single Disruptor hit needed to decide it. Parting, I won't say anything. I won't say anything. But I know someone who will. To that, like,
why? Oh, it's so fucking stupid. It hurts so much.
I don't... It really does feel like he's kind of maneuvering himself into a position where he's the underdog, no matter how the openers work. We're tied up 1-1. He could very well win this series 3-1. Like, but that was a little... That should not have been close, in my opinion. Sorry. You're here to talk about the game, not give opinions on them. Are you new here? Is this the first video you've watched? You made it this far and you haven't liked and subscribed and rung the bell? And thank you for watching. I do apologize. Yes, Parting is playing a 5-game mind game, I'm sure. We're on Pillars of Gold. One of the defining characteristics of a map and how players open up is whether there's a natural ramp. Here, Pillars of Gold, you got the natural ramp. It's actually a little rare nowadays. It used to be almost every map. But that means it's a lot easier to defend against early pushes. Walling off is still important, but you have kind of the natural choke point. It's not like a decider, I would say. Rush distance and where the minerals are laid out in terms of like being able to harass with Blink Stalkers or Liberators. And yes, there's a lot of complicated things, but Pillars of Gold usually doesn't see much until 2 base. And then getting a third becomes a lot more difficult because it is a relatively small map. What are you doing, Inno? I think this... Is he faking... He just built a second depot very early. I assume this is to tell the probe, like, I'm doing something cheesy. But I think Inno's just gonna make a command center. So... And there... Now here's the real mind game. Parting with the 200 IQ just didn't scout. That's the real play. So just don't scout and none of their silly mind games can work on you. What is this? What is this? What is that? This isn't PvP. You don't just build... Is he gonna go Stargate again? I think so. It's very likely. Like... Yeah, okay. What are you doing? Like... Why? What?
Why? Who does that?
I guess it worked out last game. Phoenixes just do not... Like... They don't have the mileage. That's why we're getting the Void Ray buff, by the way, if you haven't seen my video on that or you haven't seen the patch notes. I'm trying to... Okay, we're not worrying about that then. Oh, wait, we got it! Jimmy! He's going Why are you? He's just going Phoenix! I'm definitely not distracted. Oh, here we go. So. But don't worry, next patch, everyone. All early and mid-game Protoss will be solved. And late game. With the power of the buffed Void Ray. Somehow even more Silver League than DT Blink when it originally came out. That was the first scout out of parting. He's just gonna kind of see everything. That's not... I love this. That's a fake Phoenix. Because you know what he's probably not gonna have if he just has sent a hallucinated Phoenix. It's very unlikely that he has real Phoenixes. At least well, one besides scouting. I think that's the thought process here. Innovation has not scouted. This is a blind tank push. He's just walking across the map! Will Parting actually have enough to defend? He's got a shield battery. This is his build. Both players just kind of did their build, and now we'll see how... There's barely any reaction to scouting here, because neither did any scouting early on. When does the shield battery overcharge get popped? Does he have the energy? He has the energy in the main. He can use that to pop the overcharge on the low ground. But Parting cannot let... Wait, were the Phoenixes spotted? Parting cannot let that bunker finish. He cannot let that bunker finish. That's the most important part here. Lift up. Oh, he gets the tank. The Zealot, the SCV repairing the tank. What an absolute hero. Stop the bunker! Stop the bunker! Oh! Oh, the other SCV. Oh my god. The amount of damage that's coming out to try to stop the bunker, though, is really rough here. He's using shield battery overcharge for the Stalkers. Is there another SCV coming? No, he picks it up. I feel like the bunker just existing has caused a lot of damage, even though it never finished. Good defense, but not as good as it could have been. He lost 3 Phoenixes. Lost a sentry. Now Parting is, of course, chasing back across the map. A casual Liberator just splits off and heads towards the main. She-Ball is the only thing the probes can say, because the Phoenixes decided they didn't care. Parting's gonna try to go for it here. There is a tank. There's another one on the way. A recall on the Phoenixes. 5 probe kills. This Liberator doing a surprising and pretty ridiculous amount of damage for what it was. 40 workers to 38. Why are we here again, Parting? How did this happen? Parting is in a precarious position with a little bit later third. Wait, there is a forge on the way. Okay, so this is, while it's going to be similar to the last couple games, it's there's differences as well. Not every game is the same. It's a blank canvas every new time. But this time Parting will be more competitive with upgrades. But Innovation's third is at a pretty comfortable timing. A notable difference from last game, where Innovation did not have a third. He's got the 1-1 on the way. Parting still building Phoenixes off that not-so-proxy Stargate. Templar Archives in the main. That is the next level of tech he needs. Getting those Templar out, maybe for Storm, maybe just for Archons. But Archon charge lot to take advantage of the map control and vision of the Phoenixes. And then as soon as Innovation moves out, either coming in with charge lots or smashing with Archon charge lot. Ooh, the Phoenix is starting to really rack it up now. That's real damage. Now harass him before, poke and prodding, but 7 SCV kills and gets out with everything. That'll hurt your income. Thankfully, we have this handy-dandy graph to show us. Can you tell when the mules were dropped? That's enough Phoenixes to just deal with this. I'm surprised Parting didn't just go. I think he's scared of maybe Widow Mines. It feels like that could be a bait into Widow Mines, but it's not. Four, 5, 6, 7. He just keeps racking them up. Parting now has a comfortable advantage when it comes to the workers. When it comes to mac and cheese. No, map control. Oh my god. What are we doing? Alright. We're At some point, Parting needs to focus on his splash damage. The only danger is gonna be an all-out attack. Like, it's gonna be one big attack timing, much like last game, with a little more economy to back it up. There is no armory, neither in production or complete. So that means innovation. I think 2 more medevacs, he's gonna unsiege and get going. Because now is the time. I think he realizes, and he should realize, that it's not going to get any better here. Parting has total map control. Well, I guess Parting will move out on the map. Why not? Splits off a few zealots. No reason not to put yourself out there. Whatever you can do. Oh, a scan on the 3rd sees no gas geysers. So that might change things. Will that prompt a Ghost Academy? Because the lack of gas geysers means heavy charge a lot. Probably not Colossi and Archons. Maybe one or the other. Especially because he's building this many Phoenixes. Parting has lost 3 Phoenixes. He's currently got 9. He's built a dozen in this game. Scan on the 4th. Spots the army. We'll see the upgrades at just +1 armor. So, what's it gonna be? He's got to make a decision soon. Right? Do I know nothing? Because Parting's getting into a very... I guess mules are going to keep him afloat for a while, but what I'm really looking at is no armory, no Ghost Academy, no Liberators in production. Innovation's going to 10 medevacs. I guess if there's no Colossi or things that really tear through... The boys! He's really gambling that there's no storm. Oh my god. Meanwhile, the charge lot's coming in to kill all the workers. Unfortunately, they're all at the toll booth. You! Shit, caught between a rock and a hard place. This is happening. Oh my god. There is no splash damage outside of Archons, which the boys can tank. The Orbital, I think he just killed the Orbital. Innovation just, I don't know what was happening there. But that's a lot of boys, and that's a lot of bio, and a lot of tanks. Oh, the damage coming out. Can he target down? He lifts up all of the tanks. Whoops it right on top. I can't tell what's happening. Could somebody move aside? 24 SCVs dead. Parting lifts them up. And anything on the ground looks like... can anybody see? Okay. Yes, it's more than enough charge lots. He runs them over. Innovation. The tanks lifted up so the zealots could charge forth underneath and chop through. Parting! Making Innovation part with his lead in this series. I'm not sure why Innovation... It felt like he was fine, and then he just didn't play the later game. It can be very troubling. I'm going to use that terminology. It can be troubling to deal with Phoenixes. Sounds like you should go to therapy or something. I mean, maybe. But he was troubled by those Phoenixes and wanted to just have a decisive conclusion. I think he was really misjudging how much of a window he had to tech up as well. I think Innovation was assuming that Parting was going to have, like, overwhelming upgrades or tech, whereas there was plenty of time that he could have also gone for Liberators, gone for Ghosts, other units that don't start with M. Not yet. But thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoy this series, before we get back into this match point, like, subscribe, check out Wardy, by the way, at Sane People Hours for both NA and Europe. Wardy covers all the matches live, so I don't have to. But subscribe to him, get the replay pack, and then you can make content just like me, circumventing the whole process. Thank you, Wardy. Twitch.tv/Wardy with three eyes? It's 3 eyes, right? You didn't switch it to Wardy TV. But on YouTube, it's different. But don't look that up. It's not. Just stay right here. You're in the right spot. What the hell is this? This is not in the right spot. Oh my god, it's a Max Pax. I don't even know. Like, this is a Max Pax wave my hand in front of your face strat. Are you... Party! You cheesy fuck! Oh my god. And he adjusts the probe pathing. It still came in from a bit of a weird angle. I don't know. Probe that harass. Harassed in the workplace. I thought we got over this in the Brood War. Now SCVs have equal HP with probes. But no. The probes regenerate shields, which just doesn't seem fair. What? Why? Well, one of the best responses to this is going heavy tech, like Cloak Banshees, Cyclones. You know what's hard to do with one gas? So this is the kind of strategy that Parting's doing that relies on your opponent being good. I think I've had this situation with Parting before. But if Innovation was a worse player and just happened to misclick his SCV a little bit over to the... Oh, come on. If the SCV... Oh, no. I mean, he saw it, but it was far too late. Stop. Oh my god. But it is one of those strategies that only works because Innovation is so good. The Giant Slayer strats. Jesus. Okay, so now what? There's gonna be a bunker. He recalls the Zealots. What did Parting expect that? Like, what was the best case scenario here? Now he's gonna sacrifice HP on the Zealots. Like, what even happens now? I guess he has his natural. Is this just a macro game? Is this just a macro play? I guess. There's a shield. He has his expansion quicker. All right. Oh, that probe thanking its lucky Starcrafts. As the Reaper just decides to come home. Oh, the bunker! Oh, there's another SCV out here. Oh, it's a mess. Does anyone have a Visa for this? I doubt it. I use MasterCard to subscribe. The grenade bounces the Zealot closer. The Reaper, now wondering why it brought these guns, since the Zealots obviously take no damage from them. Why didn't we just bring more grenades? Oh, it was so close to working. I thought he got it with the Reaper, like with the pylon, but no, unfortunately. Ooh, but what if he did, though? Well, all right, everybody, calm yourselves. Remain calm, remain seated. Okay. Back up straight. Stop, you're slouching again. You might be like, well, Winter, I'm in bed sleeping. Well, not anymore! Because this Reaper is looking for more probe kills. It's not finding them, but it's making very dramatic gestures. Okay. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We did it! We won! The Reaper's dead! Now this is kind of awkward. We don't mind drop. Oh no, wait, retargeting? Ooh, pretty nice hit. Oh god, and that means this one. Oh, the jukes. It's hunting. Oh, it gets it! But wait a minute, what about the other... Wait, the other mine recharged? He doesn't have an armory, right? He hasn't built an armory this series! Okay, he built it on Eternal Empire, but... Oh my god, the whole position Stalker's regretting their decisions. Wow, he's just gonna warp at a Stalker in Inno's Natural because he doesn't care. Parting. Back to basics, he has Blink nearly complete. These Stalkers, on the other hand, inner turmoil and outer turmoil, just generally he's blinking away from his proxy pylon. What the? Oh. Oh my god, don't do it. Stop! Stop it! Parting! Who needs a warp prism when you could... But no, this is not working, Parting. I don't... Oh my god, there's an observer to the main. This is the most obvious blink into the main of all time. Really? Oh, there's a tank here. But he doesn't see it! Oh wait, Innovation has 3 CCs? Yeah, good luck with that, Tech Lamb. Innovation already has a 3rd command center done. And that is gonna be a problem. They're no longer... These workers no longer comfortable with hanging out with an unpowered warp gate. Like, well, it doesn't even have a pylon. Yeah, but what if a warp prism comes? There hasn't been a warp prism this entire series. Okay? That actually might be true. There probably should be, but don't worry about it. Warp prisms don't exist. And now the warp prism warping in 3 charge lots. Well, not charge lots yet. They'll get there, I'm sure. But meanwhile, the Widowmine drop found not really any probe kills. A grand total of 3 having... I think it got no probe kills. It got straight up shut down on the other side. Innovation steps forward. Lands his tanks down. Now these are just unupgraded. With charge, they'll be much more effective. But just... put it in the back of his mind, down in the back of his base. Now, the backline observer is trying to come up, just watching from behind. Everyone knows that units don't look behind them very often. That's why this can be effective. Charge is still not done, but denies a turret here. Any opportunity could be good. Oh, come on. Really? Parting. It's such an obvious chance to blink into the net. I can't believe you're missing it. Disappointing. Waiting for his opportunity. I think he's trying to catch any medevacs that come out that way. Because it's definitely not unlikely that Innovation tries to split off a drop before doing an attack. A classic move. Dark Shrine on the way. Couple more gates. We're gonna get some DT Blink action. It's become quite a staple lately. Oh my god, the Zealot Bombs. I can't believe it ain't Brood War. There's no gravitic drive. It's just great prism control. Innovation scrambling. Wait, where are all the units? Where are all of Innovation's... Oh my... Really? Really, Inno? Just drags his entire army back for the prism. But... Parting does not have much supply. Like, once again, Parting has been a lot more focused on the micro than so much on the macro. He's now slapping down 2 Nexi at the same time. A 4th and a 5th. Doesn't have +2 yet, but charge is done, so we can start it. speaking of +2, Innovation has 2-2 already on the way. 3 Colossi. Throwing some disruptors into the mix. That's usually the standard timing. 3 Colossi is enough to just melt Marines immediately. The Zealot fought bravely, but not bravely enough. So the entire army moves to the left side, opening up the entire... You better recall, parting! What are you doing? Your entire army on a watchtower. Oh my god. Well, I mean, he has to recall or he loses the base. So, thankfully he does. I don't know how much of that was intentional to just try to drag the army out. And honestly, it's a little lazy to show your entire army to the watchtower. What I'm trying to say is, 1v1 me, Parting. I'm undefeated against Parting's Terran. Remember that series a year and a half ago? I'm sure Parting was completely sober and accomplished at Terran, so... Winter, you're not allowed to criticize players unless you could beat them in 1v1. Which is why Roddy is a caster. DT Blink. No Storm this entire series, but DT Blink. That's the choice. Alright, Barney. If that's what you want. It has become much more of a staple in the later game. Players have been using it less for just like killing planetaries and harass, though it looks like that's what it's going to be here. And even for fighting. Oh, the scan. As Loco has so illustriously pointed out, that's 3 DT faces on the Dark Shrine with their eyes lighting up when they do the upgrade. Which is... I hate it. Oh my god, a whole lot of people just got murdered and nobody saw what happened. Over here they might get a look. Like they still kill a whole lot. The DTs with like a troop of Dark Templar, let's see. I need a Thieves Guild. I've been playing too much Skyrim. Still haven't done that Thieves Guild thing. Oh my god, there's so much space out here for activities. A Cabal, that's a good one. Murder is played out, alright? It's too on the nose. A Gaggle? That's always a good one, but that's less pointed. A Menagerie? Now that doesn't even make sense, but I like where your mind's at. 4th base, 5th base. Okay, we're just kind of in a full-on macro brawl now. Oh my god, the DTs murder another gaggle of Marines, but the Cabal will blink back. I think he's actually waiting for the scan to blink, but a triple drop coming in. Meanwhile, Parting pushing the front. Will there be a recall? Recall is off cooldown, but there's no energy on the Nexus! The DT blink, did he save? Now, if you're gonna recall, now is the time! He's just coming back, he just loses the Nexus, okay. Next, I died pretty quick to that much. Oh my god, it's... Jimmy! Jimmy, what time is it? Oh shit, it's drop o'clock. Innovation has 6-7 medevacs loaded up all over the place. The gateways are blocking things. Trapped in a prison of his own design. Or is he? I don't know, like, I have no idea how that ends. You can't really blink that. A recall of... What? Just DTs. Is that actually gonna cut it? The EMPs make it... Yeah, the DTs are not... They're pretty fragile. Meanwhile, the double drop. Heading towards the natural. I'm not sure how this ends. Like, Innovation's making 4 command. This game got crazy. This kind of felt like where we were going with the other matches, except it was allowed to play out. Innovation's getting 3-3 everything. Parting's chilling on 2-2 and getting +1 air weapons for air units he doesn't have. I don't think there's a fleet. There is a fleet beacon. Meanwhile, triple drops being chased by DTs and Zealots. There's high-sec auto-tracking and Neo-Steel armor on the way. He's building Thors. Why is he building? Is that for Colossi? And maybe air? Did he see the fleet? I don't know. Well, Thors, as everyone knows, especially Bronze League heroes, the best Terran unit. A lot of other units, they died of Storm. Okay? They died of Colossi. Disruptors. Thors, no. Too thick. Oh, the DTs with blink, but the problem is they can't actually blink and, like, telefrag. What if they could? What if DT blink telefrag things? There's the buff. DT super blink. Phase transcendence or something. Like, you should get an upgrade to unlock another upgrade. It's the burrow move. Oh no! Can't wait! Why? You left us! Okay. There were ghosts in there. How spooky. Meanwhile, a scan to the main where the Stalkers will angrily look at everything. EMP's landing, hitting medevacs and DTs alike. Here comes the rest of the army. Where did the other Stalkers go? Where are you going? He's gonna come back to the main, Ported! It was super obvious. Maybe build an air unit out of your goddamn Stargates. Have we thought, whatever happened to those Phoenixes, by the way? Where did they go? They're dead now. They're not here. Well, maybe if you didn't jam up your entire main, like it's a dorm room filled with a bunch of gateways, you can't even get around because you have to step over all these precariously placed pylons that you don't even remember putting down because last night was pretty fucking wild. Shebal. Anyways, this is, apparently we're going Ghost Mech now. This is the army. This, on paper, this is like the best army. You've got Mech. Well, we're the Liberators. We're missing out on the Liberators here, but Ghost with Mech, and he's getting +3 Mech weapons. More probes are dying. Parting struggling, but can he smash this army on its own? That's 6 tanks. EMPs blanket the front lines. Disruptors, not enough to kill the Thors. DTs blink through, and it appears Ghost Mech is the way. Right? Is that where we land on this? He's dropping Thors on top of... he's warping in a whole bunch of random... a bit, not really ironically, but having cheap units is the best counter to this. Things you can throw at the tanks. But look, reinforcements are here. He's going to get 2 tanks, but at what cost? Parting. Struggling. He might just need to give up this base. Somehow, we're at a scenario where we're relying on disruptor shots. How does it always end up here for Parting? How did it come to this? Parting is making 2 disruptors. And warping in a handful of zealots, but... Innovation now has a sensor tower wall, like a whole... Just... a line of... He can... Nothing gets by Innovation. Look who it is. Has he been here the whole time? The EMPs just strip... Ooh, decent connection. Another fadeaway shot. Buying time. But Parting needs a whole lot of that. He's still got 77 probes. He's mining a lot. Not as much as Inno, but like more than you'd think. Meanwhile, the warp in. Another... Oh, the kind of disruptor shots that actually matter. Out on the open field while the game is still in doubt. A lot of the times the disruptors only hit when the Protoss is winning or when they're really losing. Those are the kind of game changers Parting needs at least a handful of. Great counterattack here. This Nexus ain't happening. The main bio army, 50 supply more, but disruptors might be able to take a few solid... Oh, no, 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 no! Double kill. Ruptors down. Overcharge brings things back, but 2 bases have been eviscerated by Parting on the other side. Still plenty of money in the bank. Parting is struggling for income. He's building another base in the bottom right. He's mining out of his 3rd. The main is gone. The natural is drying up. He's replaced his mineral line with 4 Stargates, which I don't think he has ever used. Maybe like 3 Phoenixes. Why are there 4 Stargates, Parting? The follow-up, the fadeaway shots. Is it enough? Parting is scrambling back. EMP's still doing a lot of damage. And Innovation has kind of... Well, he's still mining. He's still got a lot of mineral patches. Parting seems to be somewhat stabilizing. Oh my god. No, why? Why, though? Why? No! What are you doing? Are you insane? There is a recall. That is, do you even recall, though? Like, that's a lot of tanks. Are we base trading now? Is that what we're doing? There's some DTs in the mix, but, like, do you even scan that? The DTs are just killing the tanks. Whoa, not again! Not... there's so many gates. I don't know how many gates. There's still 16 gates. He's trying to work it from both angles. There goes the Robo Bay, the Dark Shrine, the most valuable building here. The DT's still going to work. Blinks into the fray. Another scan. Maybe at some point he'll run out. He's living on a prayer. Is there an overcharge? Still some tanks in an awkward spot. He doesn't actually have vision of his own main. What is happening now? More DTs. Parting, struggling, crumbling, falling apart. The DTs. Oh, more zealots are warped in. Blinks to the side. Looking for the medevacs themselves. Might be able to find a couple. Somehow parting is still going. Another drop in the most obvious possible location. The Terran units are everywhere. The probes on the run. There's only so many left. There's only so much mining. Innovation targeting down Nexi. Dropping back into the main. Another base falls. Everywhere and everything for parting is falling apart. There's still somehow a dozen gateways. Oh. An Artosis pylon. How do you don't bring this one back. 40 probes dead. Another Nexus. He's running out of physical buildings. He's supply blocked. Another disruptor. He sidesteps it. Meanwhile, DT's struggling, but throughout this series, it's been difficult for parting to win a heads-up fight. And I think, well, we're still there. Alright. I mean, he killed a base. Innovation has enough money to rebuild almost his entire army. Whereas Parting has enough money to rebuild a Nexus if he's lucky. Another good like, this isn't so... Your army can't just be disruptors! That's it. That's the ball game. I don't know where the disruptors went, but... he might clean this up. He might win this small battle. But the war is effectively over. Party is down 130 supply. Innovation doesn't lose up 130 supply. Maybe if it was 30, we'd have a game. Like, there is no... even if Innovation graciously clumped all of his units into a tiny group, so that way the disruptors could hit them with maximum radius, I don't know if it would even be close. Even if he was slash dancing his entire army in those disruptor death balls. It's just not enough. Innovation comes in from every side and lays down the hammer. GG. You know. That game kind of, like, I think everybody lost track of it for a bit. Like, it kind of just ended up being a macro game. Parting built 4 Stargates and a fleet beacon. Why? It feels like that was where Parting wanted to go instead of losing a battle heads up against like a dozen tanks. But a little slow in the draw. Like he always plays a fun style. Oh no. I am but a fool. Winter, do you know how to ruin a series for everyone? Say, oh, that was from the winner's bracket of a tournament, and Innovation was actually up 1-0 to start, and Parting had to win all those games, so Innovation just won the series 3-2. You see, I don't spoil myself. But, well, congratulations, Innovation, and Jimmy, we go... Still. We're here not so much to see who wins and who loses, but about the journey. There and recalled back again after committing your entire army to the wrong side of the map. A battle, a brawl between innovation and parting. I think we succeeded in the goal of showing some good games for the fans. If you agree, like, subscribe, ring the bell, check out Wardy, ESL, everyone. Everyone. Just one by one, work your way through. Thank you for watching. Good luck, and have fun.